Hello gang, welcome to the channel, and today we're gonna see a tier list from we have a lot of time to do a top 10 list. So now there are not top 10, it's not a top 10 list, but it's a tier list telling us which one it's the best epic quest for the game. And I was sleeping on this list because I was feeling like everyone has completed the epic quest and stuff like that, but there is people starting the game recently and have to make their choices about this epic quest because they are so expensive. You need to spend in front like 6,600 crystals to pick the right epic quest and the deluxe version of it to get the maximum out of it. So you need to invest a lot of materials, you need to do a lot of farming for them, and which characters are they who deserve to do that. Back in the day it was really easy to say that because the epic quest was releasing one by one. We were waiting, getting the last epic quest, and always the answer was do the last epic quest. When Eternals introduced into the game, their epic quest became the number one, and everyone should know that Eternals, it's the epic quest that you need to invest. But now that's not the truth. There is updates for characters that they're in previous epic quest, so you need to be careful on where are you going to invest the materials you have, and also you need to think in front, because there is so many and so little characters that they are going to get an update very soon, or they have already get an update, and you need to invest on them on their epic quest if you want to be in the top of the meta. So yeah, before we go through the numbers and say it's only 7, so we're gonna start from the number 7, which is the worst. But before that, of course, you have to make sure that you are already subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell to get the notification to see all the awesome content we're dropping into the channel. Shorts from Athena, or for videos from me, or live streams, for everything. And also smash the like button and comment down below in the comments in which epic quest are you right now, or if you have done everything, just let me know that you have everything completed and you're waiting for the very next one. So yeah, let's go through this list, guys. So in my opinion, the number 7 and the worst one at the moment, that if you invest right now on it, you're getting pretty much nothing in the game, that you can participate at the max level, it's nothing meta on it. There is some characters, but still you don't really it's not really worthy go and spend on this epic quest. Strife, it's the character that you are getting through this, the Deadpool epic quest, but Strife didn't get anything so many months, so many years basically. So he got no uniforms, he's just tier 2, level 70. So if you invest on that and unlock him, you're not gonna get nothing from him. Deadpool, pretty much the same, he's just a leadership for Gwenpool. I know, but that's the state of the game right now. The only thing that worth invest on is until you can unlock Colossus, because Colossus, it's one of the most solid supports for PvP, Alliance Conquest, and Timeline Battle. But as you know, I have already told you that for Timeline Battle, I would tell you to go with 3 DPS instead of 1 support and 2 DPS to have more chances to do some wins. Other than that, I'm not seeing any Deadpool movie coming, so there's nothing tell us in the game that we're going to get something for this mutant guys here. So that's why, in my opinion, he is at number 7. So yes, let's go to the next one. The next one, it's the first family, which is for Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four, it's a really good group, we have some characters that they're really useful, but to be honest, at the moment in the state of the game, the only usable character for PvE, it's She-Hulk, and the only usable character for PvP, it's Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom, he's so outdated. Even if he's tier 3 and he has get a uniform, after all this tier 4 dropped into the game, Doctor Doom fall behind a lot. So you don't really need him for something except Alliance Conquest. Other than that, the thing is supporting Human Torch, Invisible Woman, and Mr. Fantastic, but all of these four characters are outdated so badly. Perhaps they are Awakened, they are Tier 3, but there's nothing say us that we are going to get any movie for Fantastic Four or we're going to get any update on them. From the other side, She-Hulk is a solid leadership, one of the best leadership in the game, but in the same time you can get here without getting the Epic Quest. I think, yeah, you can find her bios other ways. So in my opinion, only She-Hulk worth at the moment for PvE and a bit Doctor Doom. After that, Invisible Woman got a solid leadership also for Alliance Conquest, but both characters are most likely to be used on Alliance Conquest and nowhere else. Like Victorious also, it's a solid support, but you don't really want to spend 6,600 crystals to get Alliance Conquest characters, in my opinion. So yes, that's why I'm putting them at the 6th place. And yeah, let's go into the number 5. In number 5, in my opinion, it's Dark Avengers, and Dark Avengers, it's a really solid one. There is a lot of characters there that you can utilize for Alliance Conquest or for some PvE, but they are outdated also. Of course, there is Green Goblin, but he is free to play there, and you can buy him, through the bio selectors, so you don't really need him. From the other side, Molecule Man, it's a solid PvP lead. He is one of his kind, having a leadership, cancelling all the buffs of the enemies, which is really important, but in the same time, as a solid unit to make a kill, he is really hard to. He's not tier 3, he's only tier 2, he is a tier 3, but still his tier 3 is not that big, he's don't have tier 4, I meant. And in the same time, Sentry is a solid unit, and Moonstone also, it's a PvE, really good, but she's a glass cannon, and these days there are way better characters to invest on. So in my opinion, this Epic Quest has fallen behind a lot. The only value you could get is Molecule Man and Sentry as solid characters for PvE and PvP, Alliance Conquest mostly, but other than that, I don't feel like there is any way these characters are going to get anytime soon any update. I mean, Sentry, perhaps in a couple of years. I think there is a movie of Marvel the Thunderbolts, he's gonna be in, and perhaps in Thunderbolts more characters from the Dark Avengers quest gonna get something, but until then it's more than a year. So yeah, I'm not gonna tell you to invest on this quest, because at the moment you're not gonna get any value into the game. So yeah, let's go to the 4th one. Even if this Epic Quest is the last Epic Quest we'll have take, and the power level of the characters, it's really close to meta for most of them. From the one side, from the other side, all these characters, Eternals, they're already outdated, and their Eternals 2 new movie, I'm not sure if it's closer than 2 years in the future. The only way that they are gonna get a separate update, basically there's no way they're gonna get a separate update for them. Pretty much, we're gonna wait for the next movie, and until then, it's a really expensive one. It's really expensive Epic Quest, because you have to buy separately every single character, and after get back some crystals. It's kind of weird the way they did it. Sorry for that, but I'm still choking from my coughs. And what I was saying, it's that I'm not seeing any way that these characters are gonna get something. It's very expensive Epic Quest, and the value you are getting, it's pretty much for all game modes. Thena is one of the best tier 3 level 70 in the game to kill GBR Galactus. She is pretty much the 2nd place for ABX after Wanda. But other than that, I don't feel like Makari, it's really in top 5 of speed type for ABX ABL for sure. There is Thena also. Gilgamesh, it's falling behind a lot. He's not cool at all at the moment. And other than that, you could say that also Cersei provides something for PvP because her awakened skill provides her, and if you have her artifact, gives her the opportunity to wake up from the dead and do her awakened skill and take one unit of the enemy with her. But to be honest, I mean, it's a really long shot. I mean, you have to invest like 9,000 crystals and take back like 2,000 or 3,000. I can't really count right now because I have everything unlocked, so I can't really tell you, it's this cost or that cost. But the point is that you don't really. Oh yeah, you have to unlock these three to be able to unlock this or this, and after get this. Or basically, yeah, now I remember. You have to spend 6,000 here, 6,000 here, get 2,000 back, 2,000 back. So you in the end up you're spending like 8,000 crystals to get Thena and get her uniform. So it's like 9,000 crystals, and having the second best character in PvE, ABX, ABL, and a solid unit for GBR. But to be honest, guys, it's not really worthy. These characters are not gonna provide you a lot. Perhaps some Alliance Conquest, Alliance Conquest, Alliance Conquest, some PvE and Alliance Conquest. But yeah, even if it's the last epic quest, doesn't really worth it anymore because more characters tier 4 are introduced into the game, and these characters are not going to get anything anytime soon, as it seems. Of course, perhaps in the next month they're gonna drop a sneak peek. New Eternals epic quest, New Eternals uniforms. Yeah, these things I'm saying, it's not guaranteed that it's gonna be true, but it's what I'm feeling like for the game and for the future of the game, for the future of the Marvel Future Fight. So, let's go to the top 3, and the number 3, in my opinion, is the free one. The free epic quest. There is an epic quest that it's totally free and you can get it as soon as you start playing the game, and that's Doctor Strange. You're not getting anything than Doctor Strange and Wong. Wong, it's a solid support for some specific characters like Doctor Strange. Generally, the characters that got the magic ability, it's Doctor Strange, it's Doctor Doom. There are others I can't really remember right now, but the point is it's completely free. You just need his uniform and to spend some black antimatter, so why not? Doctor Strange is still a solid unit with his last uniform, tier 3, and a CTP of Raids. He can do really crazy damage on GBR and World Boss Ultimate and World Boss Legend also. But other than that, it's he's falling behind, of course, but it's a free quest and you get a solid PvE unit that can outperform a lot of characters, and also a lot of tier 3 level 80, perhaps some tier 4s also some days of GBR. But yeah, is he going to get something in the future? Of course, we saw that he's going to get a new movie. If you saw the movie, the last movie, at the end, this girl was there and waiting him and telling him that there is a third movie. Everyone knows that, so it's not spoilers. So yeah, it's my boy Doctor Strange, the free guy to get and go burst on GBR with the raids. So why not? So yeah, let's go to the number 2. Number 2 is Guardians of the Galaxy. And they are here only because you have to do the epic quest to grow your Guardian of the Galaxy Star-Lord. Star-Lord is only doable tier 3 through this epic quest, and Star-Lord 100% in less than 2 months, less than 10 days, gonna get an update into the game. So if you wanna plan ahead, go do this epic quest. This epic quest gonna be the best thing in the game, like in a couple of days, 100%. If Star-Lord gonna get a tier 4, he's gonna smash through the game for sure. And Of course, perhaps there is gonna be other tier 4s worth more for your account, but still, it's a character that you know from now that he's going to get something 100%. He or Adam Warlock gonna be, or both of them gonna be the tier 4 of Guardians of the Galaxy, but in the same time you're getting 3 solid supports slash leaderships for the game. Nova, Richard Rider Nova, it's a solid support for ABX, Universal Mail Day, and Philovel, it's the best support for Universal Female Day. Both supporting still as the best supports in the ABX years after this Epic Quest dropped. So Philovel and Nova Richards are always supporting your account for ABX and ABL, or high, lower value world boss like World Boss Ultimate and the rest of the game, of course, but not how it's called, GBR or World Boss Legend. But in the same time, there is better ABL that he is one of the best leadership for Thor. From the other side, Gladiator, it's completely garbage, and he is only tier 2. He's in the same situation as Strife, but in the same time, as we are getting Guardians of the Galaxy movie, he is a guy in other galaxies and stuff, so perhaps we're gonna see something for him too. I didn't see him on any trailer or something, but perhaps we're gonna get something on him, and perhaps he introduced into the last Guardian of the Galaxy movie. So in my opinion, this Epic Quest has huge amount of worth for the future. 99% Star-Lord gonna smash the game, so you wanna be ready and waiting as a tier 3 Star-Lord in your corner for the next update 100%, guys. And of course, let's go to the MVP of Epic Quest at the moment, and that's no other than X-Men. And perhaps it's the second Epic Quest we ever took in the game. It's the first paywall Epic Quest, but guys, believe me, this is the best you could invest on, because these characters are like the best characters in the game at the moment from the Epic Quest. There's no doubt this Holy Trinity here, it's the best PvE and perhaps PvP characters. I mean, Jean Grey, it's the #1 character in the game. She can do everything. She can do ABL, ABX, Timeline Battle, Alliance Conquest, Alliance Tournament, World Boss Legend, GBR, as the best character in the game for these game modes. She is out of your mind good. You can't even imagine how good she is. She's crazy good, guys. Believe me, if you go and see, there's my boy Alaska Light made a video the other day clearing GBR in 50 seconds. Clearing GBR solo in 50 seconds. This is insane numbers. She is out DPSing everything, and the fact that we took Ghost Panther as an awakened character provide here even more firepower. In the same time, Magneto is really close in the damage, and he is the best blast villain in the game to have for ABL and ABX. Storm, it's the best mutant hero in the game, because these two turned up to be villains. Wolverine, it's a really solid Alliance Conquest unit. He's not like the top, he's in the top 5 combat type for PvP perhaps, but he's still good. If you have his artifact, he's really good. And perhaps Storm, it's paywall uniform, and Magneto, it's paywall uniform. Basically, Magneto and Storm are under, their both uniforms are seasonal, so you have to think about that also. If you didn't bought the uniform, you have to think that the only character you're gonna be able from this Epic Quest go, right now and do it and get the character actually and play in the game, it's only Jean Grey, because Magneto and Storm are seasonal uniforms, so right now you can't really buy them. But if you build Storm now, you can get your uniform in the summer, and for Magneto you can get the uniform in the very next Christmas. So if you miss these two uniforms, you have to consider that Jean Grey only it's the character that you can go right now and buy her uniform and play with her, but still the value of the epic quest is there. Even if you don't buy the uniforms now, you can invest on the characters in the future 100% and having really solid tier 4s. And it's the only epic quest that has like 1, 2, 3 tier 4s inside of it and 3 other tier 3s. Of course, Wolverine's falling behind, but still Cyclops is one of the best leadership slash supports for specific characters, and for others he's just a support or just a leadership. It's really good epic quest, it's the number 1 at the moment, but you have to consider that Guardians of the Galaxy it's the best to invest for your future, because in the 10 days from now we're probably gonna get, basically I'm selling lies, we're not gonna get in 10 days from now Guardians is like 2 months from now, but the movie we're gonna get in a couple of months, in a couple of days, it's Ant-Man. So consider that too. If there is an epic quest for Ant-Man, a lot of people believe that this is gonna be the thing, because as you can see, we're getting mostly for movies some of the epic quests. So as we took for Eternals, perhaps we're gonna get here an Ant-Man epic quest. Last time for Ant-Man we took a legendary battle for his last uniform, where it's here. So it's really between getting a legendary battle and an epic quest. So in my opinion at the moment, guys, don't invest on anything, but just stand, wait there, see if we're gonna get an epic quest for Ant-Man. And if we're gonna get an epic quest for Ant-Man, probably, guys, it's gonna worth more than anything else than perhaps X-Men and Jean Grey. But still, wait until the very next update. It's less than 10 days that you have to wait for sure. We're gonna get sneak peeks in the middle of the week, probably, because the movie is releasing in 10 days from now and the update gonna be a bit before the movie. So yeah, in my opinion, that was the tier list. Let me know your opinion down below in the comments. Let me know what epic quest are you working on, or are you going to wait for Ant-Man epic quest. That was it from me, guys. I'm glad I helped the people that wanna know about the epic quests, and there is some people in my live stream asking for it, and that's what reminds me, oh my god, epic quest, I never mentioned epic quest on the tier list. So yeah, thank you for being here. See you into the next. Bye bye to everyone, and kisses in your faces.